All right, let's get into no shows. I know it's a problem a lot of people have. And in one of the coming videos, I'm also going to give you a breakdown of my internal SOPs. But I want to show you why people are no showing you, right? A lot of prospects is because you're not that important to them just yet. We constantly feel like we're quote unquote owed something if a prospect books a calls with us, and then we fail to realize just because they booked a call with you doesn't mean you're the priority for them and the fucking center of their life. It simply means they've taken the first step, but they definitely need help completing that first step, which is showing up to the call. So first thing is calendar efficiency, right? Your goal is to give as many offers a day as possible, or have your sales team or your client sales team, if you're a sales agency, give out as many offers as possible because this will make you as much money as possible. End of the day, volume does negate luck. What determines whether you make an offer to a prospect? They are qualified, they have a specific problem you have, they have the money to invest. And again, your sales team job is to create that urgency. So all calendar efficiency refers to putting processes in place to ensure that all calls on the calendar are qualified and you have a high likelihood of show rates. Side metric: if your sales team isn't making an offer to at least 80% of the calls that are showing up, there's a problem. Your closer might be afraid, or they might be only making an offer to people that are they feel like are going to close. So has nothing to do with show rates or no shows, but I felt like it's important to throw that in there. Now, you do not want any unqualified calls booked on the calendar taking space, which could have been filled by a qualified call and wasting your closer's time. Let me fix this. Which could have been spent with a qualified call, maybe doing follow up or anything else. Everyone who isn't an MQL should be auto canceled and not counted, as they should be canceled prior to the scheduled time. Now, make sure every prospect is getting a forced triage or a forced qualified by your setter triager, especially for those that are auto booking. Everyone runs different types of funnels. If you run a sales agency, you're going to get exposed to a lot of them with different clients. Let's say if you run a direct call funnel, people have the ability to book calls automatically. At that point, your setter should be calling to confirm the call. As they confirm the call, they should be forced triaging them, forcefully qualifying them, right? And there's scripts for that and frameworks for that. If you're driving traffic to a triage calendar, 15-minute discovery call, automatically, you don't need to cancel those because they're not going on the setter's calendar as it is. Let them. But point being, depending on what funnel you have, everyone should be getting qualified before they make it to the closer's calendar. So next is be human. This sounds simple, but majority of closers today are not doing this, partly because all the automation tools available out there, right? You have the email sequences, the text sequences, all this stuff. Most prospects are used to getting a reminder or an email from a general contact within your company asking them to show up. There's no human element to it for them. Also, this is what majority of the competitors are probably doing, right? So first, start having a light conversation with your prospect before they ever get on a call with you. It could be via text, email, social media, which is, in my opinion, best approach. Something that we started using also recently is grouping and sending them video messages. Like the closer will send them a video message or a voice note, whether it's iMessage or WhatsApp, and the contact rate, engagement rate is through the roof in comparison to just um, automated texts that go out and at the bottom it says stop to opt out or whatever nonsense. Next is manual confirmations. Again, these are texts and emails and calls you can customize specifically to that prospect, unlike the generic confirmation they're used to. I even go a step further for my closer and tell them to attach their socials to their confirmation emails as well as text. This allows the prospect to sort of know you before they hop on a call with you. And although there's other ways and there's more nuances we can use to boost our show rate, if you're able to do these two consistently, you don't have to worry too much about people not showing up. And then next is confirmation and reminder cadence, calling typically 24 hours out or the morning of their calls. We usually implement the night before and the morning of. Manual text and SMS the night before the scheduled call, send them a video, send them a voice note, and then obviously let the automations do what they're doing. The singular goal of this confirmation sequence is to just touch base with the prospect and skyrocket the show rate. In addition to helping the show rate as a closer, you can also make sure these prospects consume the pre-call material. So if you send somebody a video they respond, or you send them a voice note, they respond, send them the quote unquote homework video or anything you need them to be prepped on prior to making the decision. If you do above, all of the above, and are still below a 50% show rate, start double booking. At the same time, double booking is simply just booking two calls in one spot. So your closer's calendar is utilized to its maximum ability and they have a higher chance of making an offer in that slot, right? Let's say you've got 5 calls booked today and the next 3 days are booked out and more people want to book. Start double booking if your show rate is still below 50, right? If both people show up in the spot, the lower qualified prospect either gets triaged by the setter if they haven't been already and set a follow up, or another closer takes the call. Or the closer can just talk to them, hey, meeting ran over, let's meet later today, or move it to another day. Only mark free the apps where you're unsure. If you've triaged a prospect and you're confident they're going to show, don't double book. Obviously, right? The setter should be able to communicate that with you. In order to have no shows decrease and show rates increase, you have to have the entire sales process dialed in. It's not just like one part of it. Um, you have to have the entire sales process dialed in. So that's it for this one. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.